Feels like just yesterday I was chopping canle at the store.
Feels like yesterday I was doing as a drug dealer, but now I work as a mentally disordered person that is playing Valorant. Nice, baby. I improved in life. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, my dear tricksters, my dear friends, members of the Big Brain community. Today we have a small guide tutorial on how to use Deathmatch properly and how to maximize your time that you put in Deathmatch. Whatever aim training you do, like whatever you practice, it is a solid practice. Like, if you go kill easy bots for 1 year, you're gonna improve for a bit. But the problem is, when you're making any practice routine, training routine, anything, in any video game, not only FPS, the practice needs to be easy, medium, and hard, and it has to have some kind of a task in front of ourselves, so we improve faster without investing too much time in it. I'm here to save your time, basically. Like, I don't want you to aim train 12 hours per day and then don't see any results. The time that you invest in Valorant or any training, it needs to be maximized out. Like, you need to get the most out of it. Before this video starts, make sure to hit that subscribe, leave a like, leave some random comment to be featured in the next video. Follow me on twitch.tv/charlatan. I'm streaming every single day. I started regular streams again. Join my Discord server if you want to get coached in Valorant by moi. What are usually people doing in Deathmatch? They take a Vandal, they press the W key, and they shoot people. Is that bad? That is not a bad warm-up. Like, that is a okay warm-up, like, to get your hands warmed up, like, but you have nothing that you're practicing in reality. Like, you're just practicing a bit of your flicks, a bit of your tracking, and you're not maximizing your time in Deathmatch. Like, it's okay, as I said, like, you can play 10 hours of Deathmatch like that and you will improve, like, for a bit. Like, it's not a problem. But how can we maximize our time in Deathmatch, and how can we play Deathmatch so it means more to us except just running around? The first thing that we need to cover is that Deathmatch should have some kind of a task in front of ourselves. The trick that I'm using when I'm playing Deathmatch is basically I'm looking at a Deathmatch as I'm playing the real match. No matter where I spawn on the map, so I spawn in the CT spawn, I spawn on A site, A lobby area, I start on the attacker's side. And I'm trying to reach the closest bomb site to the closest main area of the map at the back of that site. So basically, I'm imagining as if I'm on the attacker's side, pushing that specific area of the map, clearing every single angle with a proper crosshair placement, one by one, even if the enemies are not there. I'm imagining as if they are there. And then, if the enemies are shooting you from behind while you're doing this process of clearing the angles properly, having a proper crosshair placement, movement, etc., etc., then you, of course, try to shoot those enemies behind you or in front of you. What if you spawn, let's say, on the bomb site or in the CT area of the map? Then I'm trying to go to the closest main area of that specific map, to the terrorist spawn, to the second closest main area, to the second bomb site. And on every single bomb site, we have 3 checkpoints. 1 checkpoint, second checkpoint, third checkpoint that we are trying to reach as the attacker's side player. So what we are practicing here is clearing the angles, engaging the enemies, having the proper movement, crosshair placement implemented with the shooting techniques of the gun that we're holding. Basically, everything that you have on the attacker side of a specific map. So you're clearing every single angle one by one, like you would clear it in the actual match, and you reach the back of the site. Checkpoint completed. You move from the attacker's side player to the defender's side player, and you're trying to hold that bomb site for as long as you can. So trying to hold every single angle that you would hold in the regular match, and killing the enemies from the bomb site. Once you get killed, no matter at which point of time, whether if you're on the attacker's or defender's side, you reset the process. We are practicing both attacker's side and defender's side angles, and also all the techniques that we are actually implementing in the real game. On the attacker side, you should just imagine where the enemies can be. It doesn't matter if the enemy is not here, clear that angle like you would clear it in the actual match. So, like this. This is a really good way of playing Deathmatch, and it will teach you a lot about movement, angle clearing, about crosshair placement, like a lot of things you're fixing by this small but very impactful routine. This is something that I have been recommending for people that I coach like for the past like 5 years, like not only in Valorant but also in CSGO. It is a really great way to maximize your time that you put in deathmatch instead of just randomly going around with a Vandal, AK-47 and shooting people. You cannot just mindlessly go in a shooting range and kill easy bots with a Odin. How many times you're gonna use Odin in the real match? A lot in Iron. Well, that's right. The second rule of the deathmatch is that you should always play the deathmatch without the sound. No sound allowed. Number one reason for that is every single time you kill an enemy in deathmatch because of the sound advantage that you got, it is a wasted time in deathmatch and a wasted kill. You are here, the enemy is coming through this area, you're camping this corner, you hear him running, you kill him at the back. What the f did you do? Nothing. What did you practice? Nothing. Killing enemies from behind. My grandma Josephine can do that. Also, by disabling the sound, we need to have a bit higher reaction time. And your reaction time is gonna slowly improve to a bit highest point. Why? Because when you're pushing a specific area of the map and you're getting shot from behind, you need to react very fast with your 180 flicks in order to kill those enemies. Your general awareness, bullet tracing, the map awareness, game sense is getting improved a bit. We need to rely on the visuals and our brain. Like we cannot rely on the sound anymore. And you need to look at the minimap a bit more. You need to be a bit more swift in your actions, and your reaction time will definitely come over time. Your grandma kills people from behind. Third rule of deathmatch, if you want to maximize your time that you put in deathmatch, is that you should always unbind the crouch button. Now, why do we do that? Simply to make it a bit harder. Like, there is no specific reason like, if crouching is bad. Crouching is not bad. There are only 2 scenarios when the crouching is actually terrible in FPS games, but that topic we're gonna leave for some other video. Remove the crouch, make this job a bit harder for you, because you need to rely on a bit better shooting techniques and like you're polishing out the way you're using the guns on a bit higher level, adapting your body to a bit harder scenarios that you're gonna come into future matches in competitive Valorant. The fourth rule of deathmatch is not deathmatch for you. Deathmatch is a gun game, reversed gun game for you. Use the time that you spend in deathmatch to practice every single gun that you're using in the real match. Every single time I die, or every second time I die, I switch to the new gun. I go from the classic pistol to the sheriff, to the Spectre, to the Judge, to the Bulldog, to the Phantom, to the Vandal, to the Marshal, to the Operator, and I repeat the process. I don't use other guns in deathmatch because I feel that these guns that I've just told you about, you're gonna use in 99% of the cases. Like, use the time that you spend in deathmatch to practice all the main guns that you're using in the real game scenarios. Like, don't just run around with a Vandal and kill people and win every deathmatch with 40 kills and be like, I'm a proud deathmatcher. Oh, why am I not improving in the game? If you're winning every single deathmatch, like, that has nothing with winning the actual games. Like, actual games are complete opposite part from the deathmatch. But in the deathmatch, we can practice a proper angle clearing. We can higher up our aim in general, like our ability to flick the targets, track the targets, our crosshair placement can be improved, reaction time, and we can also practice using different guns, polishing out shooting techniques with different weapons. Deathmatch is a really good tool to practice shooting techniques with weapons, like understanding the spray patterns, the spray controls, how to use a certain weapon, implementing the proper movement. There's a lot of problems with Valorant Deathmatch in general, like it can be improved to a bit higher point, but we're gonna speak about that in some other videos. But this is how you can use the current Valorant Deathmatch to spend the least amount of time possible in a deathmatch and have the maximum gains from it, basically, because not every single exercise in a gym is gonna give you the same amount of gains as well. Esports is sports. Sports is esports, basically. Like, look at it at that way. How much deathmatch do I suggest you to play during one day? Like, you can play as much as you want. Like, I usually play like 1 or 2 deathmatches before every single gaming session. So I want to play 5 games in a row of Valorant. I will play like 1 or 2 death matches to get warmed up a bit. But I have a very dedicated like warm-up routine and aim routine that I use, and I'll be releasing those at 50,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So you will know everything, what you should be doing for warm-up, what you should be doing for aim training. So make sure to subscribe to this mother effing channel. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that comment. I said 2 times subscribe. Now it's 3 times, now it's 4. Follow me on twitch.tv/charlatan. Join my Discord server if you want to get coached in Valorant, and thank you for watching, my dear friends. Always sword fight if the enemy has a knife in a hand. So if you see an enemy that has a knife that is running in front of you with a glitch pop axe, if you don't fight that enemy with a knife, you're a fucking pussy, mate. That's not chivalry, that is cowardly, and this English is definitely not working good for me.